fucking up. What's up, everybody? We up in this piece.
You feel me?
I've been informed that this is episode number 24.
It is.
Ooh,
it is.
Girl.
Yeah.
That means we've had almost as many episodes as this guy's been alive. If you look at it in those terms, it seems like a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
But we don't do year-long episodes, so I guess
2022 will be there for that.
That'd be so sick. I mean, it'd be kind of weird to just watch somebody for a full year.
We should try to break a world record on Guinness about the longest hours podcasted.
Ooh.
Like
Joe Rogan's going to be mug.
Well, no, like in a consistent, consecutive amount of time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Joe Rogan's done 5.5 hour podcasts and shit. Like he did the Sober October ones that were like almost 6 hours long.
We'll do 12
hours.
Yeah.
To have, I mean, I guess it's kind of easier to have shit to say in longer term because then you're like, oh, I don't need to say this thing because I've got enough time to say millions of things.
Even if we forget to if we don't know what to say after a while, I can just read the instructions on how to place a condom on your dick or something.
Where are you going to get those instructions?
Fuck. Condoms?
Condoms.com?
Yeah.
Holy
Trojan,
shit.
bruh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Little product placement.
Oh.
We don't use condoms. we have children and I don't know about STDs. I mean, I don't have any of the big ones. I know that.
They're not serious or anything.
No. Like the ones that I have, they don't even, they're so minor that when you go to a doctor, they don't even tell you about it. Then just later on, you're like, it kind of feels weird when I pee.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't burn. But when I do finish peeing,
yeah,
it's kind of like I don't feel like I actually finished peeing. But that also could be just because I'm old as dirt.
Yeah.
And my prostate's just like, and gives up.
You like pee in Morse code like Kevin James?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, like, especially if I'm in a situation where I'm not in a bathroom. Like, I work on roofs, so a lot of times I'm just pissing on the side of houses and shit.
Or in bottles.
I'm hidden.
On the roof.
Pissing in bottles, in cars.
Yeah.
Drinking coffee with comedians in cars. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But sometimes I'm doing the after effect, which is pissing in bottles with other drinking with no comedians.
Would it be drinking energy drinks with tweakers in cars?
Yeah, but I don't drink energy drinks. You do.
Not
you haven't
anymore.
even been doing that
No,
though.
no,
You were getting banged the fuck out.
I was getting fucking.
You were getting banged out more than Riley Reid, dude.
Dude, like twice a day sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure she does it more than that. If you drank 5 bangs a day, maybe I'd give it to you.
When I was in rehab, I was getting banged out 24/7, bro.
Holy shit. Like, I didn't even sleep, dude.
Yeah,
I was just getting banged the fuck out. And what we mean is drinking bang energy drinks, which if I took a sip, and I'm telling you a sip, if I filled a baby's navel with bang energy drink and I sucked it out with a Capri Sun straw,
you'd just be like,
I would have a full-blown heart attack.
See, it's weird.
/ panic attack.
I'll drink energy drinks and be like, I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
No. That's because you were more of a methamphetamine aficionado.
Thank you for putting it that way. No problem. I was on the other side of the spectrum. I was more of like, I need to be as tired as possible all of the time. I don't want to be awake. I hate my life. Why would I want to be like thinking about how much my life sucks for a longer period of time? Because that type of shit does go through your mind. Drug addicts aren't always just like, oh, I love getting high, dude. That's all they think. Or especially
not that.
Especially when you're like in a very, very shitty hotel room and you're in the bathroom in front of the mirror. Or just
someone's house that sucks.
Well, for me, it'd always be like, this would be my it would open my eyes and then I'd be like, I don't give a fuck anyways. But I'd be like doing a shot or something. I was just telling my niece and nephew last night, actually. I remember one night.
Nice family conversation.
Well, because they know, bro. I'm super honest with them, bro. They know what's up. But,
you have to be.
But I told them, I was like, dude, I remember, because my brother talked to me. He's in Kingman right now for softball games for his daughter. And he was just like, you need to get your shit together, bro. Like, I did this shit when you were young. I'm 13 years older than you. And I remember telling my niece and nephew, I'm like, dude, I was in the bathroom at this house, fucking smoking, like twisting the pipe. And I remember looking in the mirror and being like,
this is what my brother's been doing, was doing for however long.
This is like a ripple in time.
Yeah, I'm him now.
Oh my God. That's like a really, really shitty butterfly effect.
Yeah.
That's like, how do you say butterfly in Spanish?
Mariposa.
A mariposa effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still say effect.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to say it. Spanish, there is no effect.
Das effects, bro.
Yeah. Mariposa das effects.
That's the song, too.
Mariposa no effects.
Oh, my God.
With Fat Mike. Sick. But yeah, it's good to be honest with people about that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
There's people that I know that did drugs and shit back in the day. They did, time in jail or prison or whatever, and they have sworn up and down they do not want their kids to know that they ever did drugs, that prison was ever in their life, any of that shit. It's kind of hard to be like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to do this thing. And they're just like, you're a fucking square bitch.
Yeah.
Because, kids talk to their parents like that. And they just go, please don't hit me. That's what the parent says. But if you're like, bitch, I've been out in them streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Them streets.
I was sucking fucking 80-year-old guys' cocks.
For a nickel
fucking
bag.
Yeah, for 5 cents in a fucking used rig that they found behind a dumpster. And I shot up with fucking rainwater and spit.
That some other dude that they just had sex with used.
Yeah,
that's much. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of better to give advice, at least in that situation. That's the only time you want to take advice from a drug addict is if they're telling you not to do a certain thing involved in that. Because otherwise, if a drug addict comes up to you and is like, hey, dude, you do not want to buy into Pfizer right now, you're going to go, fuck off.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you talking to me about my Acorn account?
The only other time, advice from a drug addict was ever good was when he was like, hey, don't do that much.
Yeah.
Because it's really good. And you're like, oh, all right.
See, I don't take that as, that's not really advice. That's more of that's a warning.
Right.
It's a warning. Because then that's common courtesy. Like, take it easy on the shit. But people said that with straight up brown sugar in a drug bag.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, take it easy.
Yeah.
And then you open the bag and smell. You're like, oh, I can make French toast tonight. Sick.
You know what I just thought about when you said that? My fucking, character switched up so much. When I was going to do that to people, and I was like rip them off, obviously. Beforehand, I would be like, fuck, I want to fucking kill myself. And then as soon as I'm like, oh, here's a come up, I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm fucking so high right now. You just take. Yeah. You got to be very careful with this, man.
You have to convince them, I'm not sick, so I have no reason to rip you off right now. I feel fucking great.
But inside
you're tiger right now, dude.
Inside you're like, God, I can't wait to spend your money on drugs.
Yeah.
Real drugs.
See,
sorry, people.
I don't know how we got into this conversation.
Me either, but it's just funny. It's just a random.
We were talking about something, words were being used, what letters, prepositions.
Yeah, we're talking
contractions.
About being honest with our kids and shit.
Well, but that's not how it started. It started with something else, and then you said that you told your niece and nephew something.
Oh, fuck.
It started with something completely fucking different.
Oh, my God. I was saying, remember that feeling when you're, in the bathroom of someone's house or anywhere?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it came in. When you look at yourself and you go, this is what
this is
I
me
am.
Now.
And I've heard this from a lot of drug addicts. When you, especially around the time that you're like, I'm going to get my shit together, dude. I just, I came out to my family telling them I'm a drug addict and shit like that. And then the first time you go and buy a bag and you walk into the bathroom and you hold the bag up and look at it in the mirror. You're not even like this. You're looking in the mirror like, yep, this is me. And then you fucking get lit.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to text somebody and you're fucking nodding out in front of your mom.
Yeah.
Smearing lasagna on your face. These are true stories, everybody.
Yeah.
I did all that shit.
Word.
Then, everything changes once you see kind of the end of the road. So, you start seeing the people who you considered your friends, these acquaintances in the drug world, you start seeing them just fucking drop like flies.
Yeah.
A body's dying. You know what I mean? And then the other one is you end up going to jail. My first time was a drug charge, and I went in for a few months, and just seeing the fucking shitty older dudes that I'm just like, this is a look into the future of what I'm gonna fucking be like. And like, I used to do stuff and say things. I used to play music and do shows and all this cool shit. I had a lot of fun. Now I just sit in weird dark rooms with people I don't fucking like and have nothing in common with, and make my family sad. Like, that's what my hobby is.
See, I
like to upset my family.
I never had a hobby. Skateboarding was my hobby, but like, I wasn't.
It's a big hobby. A lot of people do that.
But after that, like after I started getting so like engulfed in everything.
Well, you also started way younger.
Yeah, I just stopped.
You don't get hobbies at 12.
It's true.
A 12-year-old's like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking geologist.
Well,
dude.
I was making bird houses like when I was 12 years old. It's my hobby.
That's not like a hobby that you're going to carry into adulthood. That's like in 4th grade, they're like, hey, fucking do this.
Here's
or
some fucking
you
popsicle
fail.
sticks.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah, so that's a completely different thing. Music, I got into at 13 and 14.
Yeah.
So it was like there was something there. I knew I could do that forever. You don't get handed popsicle sticks and go, this is it, dude.
This is it every day now.
This is what I'm going to do with my life, bro. You didn't see that and go, I figured it out.
I know, yeah.
So to do it that early kind of fucked you over from getting into something good. I mean, you're not doomed. You're not even 30 yet.
Well, I've always throughout the years, I'm like, I want to do this. I think I want to try this. I want to do this.
I've heard you say it about 1,000 things.
Exactly my
and
point.
not one of them have you followed through.
Exactly my point. I've
You're
said
like,
so many things.
The one that you kind of have followed through with is, I want to collect comic books. And I'm like, what good? I mean, that's a collection. That's not a hobby, really.
Yeah.
I mean, people say, like, philatling. You know what philatling is, right?
No, but I like the word.
Stamp collecting.
Oh.
So collecting stamps.
You're a philatler?
People call that a hobby. But how is that a hobby?
I guess it's just my interest. I like comics, so it's not a hobby.
Yeah, that one I get. And comics is a hobby. You entertain yourself with it. So the value there is entertainment.
This is my new hobby.
Yeah, if you break it down with the value that it brings to your life. So if you look at music, for instance, my hobby.
Yeah.
Music, it entertains me, okay? Playing drums is, technically it's a workout. You burn the shit out of some calories. Plus, you can monetize music. If you're good at it, you can monetize that shit. Skateboarding, you can get sponsors.
So much
That's
work into
monetizing.
it, just like music, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very different, but it's similar in the ways that you can get sponsorships in music or skateboarding.
Well, to get
you
good,
can get
you gotta
money and things.
You gotta do it every single fucking day, and you gotta work your muscles out so they know, and like your legs and shit for skateboarding.
I was watching that Johnny Chinaski Jr., Johnny Chinaski Geiger, and he did that. He did an ollie, late back, a 180 under the pipe. His board went under the pipe.
Oh, hippie jump.
Yeah, so
like
he did that.
Flip?
Then he caught the board while mid 180, back foot, late flipped it, landed it. Then he did another one where he did that, just a ollie, late back foot flip, landed primo, flipped it, rolled out. And I was like, the muscle memory there is very apparent, just as it is to see someone do fucking sweeps and taps.
That's what
on
I was
guitar.
just gonna say. Like, let's say whatever, you've been playing music for however long, and you stop for like a year or two. Mm-hmm. Same with a skateboarder. They're skateboarding every day. They get really fucking good. They stop.
Yeah.
And then whatever, let's say a couple months, 8 months down the road, you hop back on a skateboard, or you hop back on the fucking fretboard.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Hey, this motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, and immediately once you pick that up, you're like, okay, well, you fucking strum a few chords, and then you're like, okay, here it is, boom, 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 you get it. So skateboarding, and you're like, oh shit, let me see if I can do an ollie. Oh, I can do an ollie.
Exactly.
Let me see if I can kickflip. Boom, I got that.
They use that analogy with bikes, like riding a bike. You never forget how to balance yourself on a bike. Same way, because throughout my drug addiction and my music career, I stopped playing guitar. Like, you came over to my house a lot back when I was a heavy drug addict, and you would see me pull out my guitar every once in a while. But there were portions of time when I did not have a guitar, and I just went without playing for over a year. And then you can pick it up and know immediately how to play all of the chords.
Or it's like,
but it's songs. It's about memory, literal
timing
memory of
and shit.
The timing's not even that. It's just where are the notes? Like if there's individual notes rather than chords, you're just like, well, where are these chords placed? Do I play an A here, an A minor? Is it an F, a G sharp?
Yeah, I was
what the fuck is it?
It's like once you start learning.
It's kind of like foot placement for skateboarding.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say that. It's just like when you start learning notes and how do you fucking put your. I don't.
They call it like phrasing.
Yeah. Once you
positions. Things like that.
I feel like once you learn how to do that, and like with skateboarding, once you learn how to position your feet and everything, and how to catch it.
And it's the same. Another very big similarity. Positioning is fucking everything. The way you set up your feet to do a 360 flip is different than a heel flip. The way you set up your hand, the position of your arm and everything to do a G chord as opposed to an open F chord.
Yeah.
G chord, your thumbs down. F chord, your thumbs up. Because you have to get your pinky and your ring finger to the top of the fretboard. 360, like a tray flip, you have to have your left foot, if you're regular.
Scoop.
Ooh, yeah. And then you have to have your left foot pulled closer back to your back foot. And then your toe just on the edge of the bottom of the board, and that way you get a good fucking flip.
Fucking skateboards
completely
to
different
fretboards, dude.
Dude, that's it. I wonder we gotta make shirts, skateboards to fretboards, dude.
Yeah.
We'll hook up with that Skate Straight Dallas, dude.
Now these people will know what we're talking about, because you
guys get it, because those are two big things that people get into. Or they were already into when they got into drugs. It's like you see a lot of dudes who do drugs who walk around with skateboards still.
Yeah.
You meet a lot of dudes who do drugs, especially meth and heroin, that have guitars in their house and they play. Yeah. They're usually not very good, but sometimes they are.
But they definitely spend hours
absolutely
doing something,
especially if they're tweaking, they're just fucking, they're going off and playing the shit out of that guitar. So the reason that this is even being brought up, we didn't talk about anything beforehand. This is 100% always off the fucking top of our domes. We don't really discuss what the fuck we're going to talk about. We work together all day, and we talk during our drives back and forth to fucking different jobs and shit. But we don't discuss really what goes on the podcast. We don't really do any of that stuff. We kind of talk a little bit about what's going on in the world or our lives.
And different lot of random shit.
Yeah, and it's different shit than what we talk about here, because we like to focus kind of on the addiction thing and mental health, but we also, we want to have fun.
Yeah, we like to bullshit.
Exactly. But those types of things, it's good to see, or it's good to hear at least, that if you have something like that, no matter what it is, like skateboarding and guitar or drums or any music shit, those are just examples of things that can get your fucking mind off of the people, because that's another huge part, is the people who are involved in that scene. If you're around them, they will bring you back into it.
For sure.
Because that's their fucking goal.
Well,
regardless of what they say.
The second one of those people like walk into the room, especially with me, like at St. Vinny's, I'll hear some shit about it, like, oh, we're smoking dope or whatever, and immediately once I hear that, my stomach goes like tightens up, and I'm like, oh fuck. If
that feeling of what you get when you get the text back from the guy and he's like, come on through
your stomach, and you gotta take a shit, and then you get your shit, and you're like, I don't need to take a shit.
I'm not gonna shit. I haven't shit in 37 days.
But it's just that like nerve-wracking feeling, and it's in my head.
The butterflies.
Like,
butterfly effect again. Mariposa.
Immediately, it's like, I'm like, I could say one specific thing right now, and everything I've done right now is over. And I always think that, because I could honestly anytime, at any day, whatever, just be like,
I'm fucking everything up.
I got $20 right now, or I got money.
That's where I go to Arizona Recovery Center. Shout out Emily. Fucking love you. You're like literally in my eyes. She's a fucking. I don't believe in God whatsoever. Yeah. But in my eyes, she's an angel sent from wherever the fuck they come from.
Yeah.
I completely owe at least half of it to her, that she saved my fucking life being such a great person. So I get those injections that kill the impulse control issue, the cravings and all that stuff. It lasts for a month. I don't have to think daily to put a strip of Suboxone under my tongue or go to a methadone clinic and take my dose every single day. I don't have to do any of that shit. And it's helped me immensely, because I remember being in that position. I was clean for about 2 years with no medication whatsoever. and I'd always get into a mindset that I used to get into, which is subconscious trigger. It just goes off.
Yeah.
Then for the whole day, I'm just trying to fight, figuring out a way to like get money out to where my wife's not going to know and I can fucking do this. But I was able to keep myself away from it for 2 fucking years until a person just came up and was like, hey, look what I have right here.
Hey, look.
Ready to fucking
Heroin.
go, dude. Yeah. And I was just like, I know how much I can do and then be fine.
Yeah.
But never the fucking case. It's never the fucking case.
I got full-blown anxiety just right now because we're talking about it.
Yeah. But see, having that fucking thing, it's like a security blanket. They used to tell me that when I got prescribed Xanax. They were like, just try not to take it every day.
Yeah.
Keep it with you as a security blanket that if you get too far into anxiety, you know you have something there to pull you out of it.
Yeah.
And that's huge to have that security blanket. And you can use hobbies and things like that as a security blanket. Like, because if you put yourself in the state of mind that if I do this thing that brings me so much joy and entertainment that I love to do, it's going to get taken away from me.
Yeah, for sure.
Not only by yourself, but by the law when they find out about what you're doing, because they will.
Yeah, inevitably.
How many people do you know that made it through a decade of drug addiction and didn't go to jail once? I made it through 8 years of drug addiction and didn't go to jail once. But then it happened.
Yeah, I was going to jail since the beginning.
Exactly. And that's a lot of people, because obviously once I got into jail, it was just fucking a revolving door.
Yeah, a lot of my adult life was literally going through those fucking county doors and getting out of them.
Yeah. And we drive by it now.
Yeah, all the fucking time.
When we go to work in Kingman, we drive by our old apartment.
Yeah, and every time I'm like, fuck
you. This fucking place, dude.
We go,
so many times we walked out the side doors right there.
Dude, that one time, remember we were just talking about it the other day?
We went in there.
When we went in through the front doors and we're like...
Yeah, because Jeremy was in jail.
Yeah.
And he had me go pick up his... he signed out his belongings to me.
And there was like a bathroom right there. And I was just like, wow, I can go in there right now and leave.
And a DO, what do they call him? A DO is a...
Detention officer.
Detention officer, that's right. It's not a corrections officer because it's not ADOC.
No.
So a DO came out. A detention officer came out and he was just like, hey, what's up, fellas? Everything was cool. He wasn't like, all right, fucking spread your cheeks.
I was like,
all right, come on, let's go get in the fucking bird cage, guys. Like, those are moments that are burned into my brain because I was so scared to go to jail for so long because you work it up in your mind. Like, before I went to jail, I would watch, like, Lock Up Raw and fucking all that shit. And I was just always like, oh, my fucking God, dude, I would hate to go into that place. Then the day came where I was like,
oh, cool, I'm going.
Waking up in city jail like, oh, God, what the fuck did I do? And they're like, oh, you're going to go to county right now because no one's bailing you out, you piece of shit. And I was like, oh, my God. And then once they told me your bail's $20,000, I was like, I might as well fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. For a first fucking time offense, they're like, 20 grand, you fucking pig fucker. They ruin people's lives in there. They do nothing to fucking help anybody. Prison's not the only thing that needs reformed because jails have operated on you're guilty until proven innocent since the fucking beginning. No matter what color you are, if you have tattoos or do not have tattoos, I think your affluence actually helps. If you have money, you can get an attorney that will get you the fuck out of there immediately.
Yeah.
If you do not, you're at the fucking mercy of the prosecution. And they didn't like me. They did whatever they fucking could to keep me in there, keep me without a bond, and just fuck me over consistently. They need to, like, I don't know how it's gone this long, and no one has brought up, like, hey, maybe we should, like, open more rehab centers because... what fucking percentage of people are in these pods, especially J and K pods? How many of those people are in there for stuff other than drugs? Like, even if they did burglary, they were in there burglarizing because of drugs. That's usually the cause of shit, alcohol or drugs.
Yeah, majority. Fuck the whole jail. Most of the time when I was in there, it's like drug charge. I'm like, oh.
Or if it was burglary like mine,
because of drugs.
Yeah.
I would have never done that shit.
Almost every fucking case I've ever caught in drugs. Every
cotton. That's a sick ass word.
Cotton. Cotton.
Well, every case you ever caught.
Caught.
You would just say caught.
Fuck.
Yeah. Gotten.
Yeah.
That's sick too. That's so fucking sick. We actually talked about this before, that when you mispronounce words, I have to, just being your friend, I have to tell you what the real word is.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, stupid, this is the word. I laugh, yes, because I'm like, he's stupid. But I don't mean that. I'm telling you because I'm around you more than most people.
Yeah.
I have to hear you say the wrong shit. I'd rather you say the right shit. That way, when you say it to another person, and maybe they thought what you thought before.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, damn, this dude's smarter than me. Because you didn't say cotton. And you weren't talking about blends for like jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the last one was about spelling, which everybody has this fucking issue with, spelling the 3 different forms of two. T-O, T-O-O, T-W-O.
Why you got to bring up bullshit, bruh?
Easy.
Because it's present.
Exactly. Because it's just happened fucking 2 days ago. But it's like super easy to remember because it's like the T-O one is the most used one. Unless you're saying there's too much of something, you use T-O-O.
Yeah.
Okay? But there's also, if you mean as well, you use T-O-O. Instead of, I'm going to do this again kind of a thing.
Dude, I catch myself.
Or also, then you use, I'm going to do this too.
I always try to, there's been times where like I try to correct my spelling or like word play, I guess. And like the way, and when I write it, I'm like, okay, it's got to be this way.
Yeah.
And then I'll read it again. I'm like,
that's wrong.
It's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then there's the there,
that,
and there.
That I've gotten. Same with the your.
And you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only the your and you're.
Yeah.
Because there's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E and then there's your as in possessive.
That's exactly what
but
it meant.
But then you have, what was the other one that we literally just said it? Oh, there. So there, T-H-E-R-E is there as in a place.
Yeah.
T-H-E-I-R is there as in they own it. That's their possession. Their house.
Yeah.
And then they are is a contraction for, well, they are. You know what I mean? Very fucking easy.
You know what I'm saying?
But I've always done that. It's always been a thing because my dad used to do that to me. And I never took it as like,
I used to do that to
he's
Paul.
calling me a fucking retard.
All the fucking time.
Yeah, see, it's fun. It's not like I don't feel superior that I know the word. I just went to a better school than most people in Lake Havasu City, Arizona because I went to private school.
I would do that to him, right? And he'd be like, okay, I got you.
But he would never
And he wouldn't do it. So
no.
like then afterwards I'd be like, hey, stupid. Like,
yeah.
Like you're doing it wrong. I'm trying to, like you just told me, I'm trying to fucking show you so you don't seem like an illiterate fuck.
Exactly. So it's not making me feel superior. It's making me feel better that I helped you. Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing of, oh, I gave $50 to this charity. I feel good about that.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a little bit of a selfish aspect to it, but it's good selfish. Just like there's good narcissism, there's good consequences. People don't understand consequences go both ways, like a bisexual. So all of those things, there's 2 different sides to everything. I mean, there's obviously a gray area too, but there's 2 sides to everything. So that's it makes fucking sense.
Yin and yang, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do the thing to help someone not sound dumb, and you feel good about it.
Yeah.
But you don't go, fucking idiot. All right.
You can inside.
We're going to whoosh real quick. Or we're going to go, blue, 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 blue. It's going to like do dissolve-y looking shit.
Finger dancing.
Yeah, finger dances. Whoosh or dissolve.
Yeah, like I said last time, never going to get used to it, bro. It's little residual effects after we whoosh and...
Yeah, it's you know your molecules are all reacclimating.
Yeah,
it's funky, but it's funky butt loving. You know what I mean?
Funky butt.
But we got to do it.
Yeah,
we can't just have an abrupt wall of shit just fall down and then we just climb out of a pile of excrement.
Well, we could. But...
It's not happening though. But so I finally put up. I know I talked about it for about 68 weeks.
68 years?
68 years I talked about it. Mm-hmm. Recording music,
record video of me playing all 4 instruments, also doing the audio through the interface here that we use for the podcast. The reason that I initially got that interface was to do that thing, and then I was like, I'll do a fucking podcast first instead.
Perfect. That'll
help me figure it out. So I know that the syncopation's a little bit off. My first attempt, I didn't get any dislikes on the video, so thank you. That's cool for not making me feel like a piece of shit, because I took a lot of time. I fucking did everything I could to get it syncopated, but it was hard to figure out the split screen thing, because on the program that I use, there's like an option for split screen, or you can just layer the videos on top of each other and then drag them into different corners, and that's the way I chose to do it because it was easier. The other one, you couldn't edit the fucking videos in the split screen to match them all up to the audio track.
It was just going to be raw as fuck. When you
no, it wasn't even going to be that. It was just going to be they were all at different times because I started recording seconds before, like earlier or later. So none of the fucking music was matching up to the audio track that I had already, rendered and moved into this thing. But I finally put it up. I decided on Brain Stew by Green Day because Green Day's always been one of my favorite bands, at least their older stuff. I've always been a huge fan of it. In the band that I used to be in, which was called Lego in the 64s, once I quit that band, they just dropped my name off of it, and then they kept going. But they don't do a few songs, and they're the ones that I kind of pushed into the group.
Again, I don't even mean to bring this up again, but that night when we met Luis J. Gomez, and they were playing, I was just like, how fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, that was very strange that the band that I quit was now playing in front of one of my favorite podcasters / comedians.
It's so fucking weird. I was so used to seeing you up there almost every fucking one of your shows when you guys
You
were
only
playing.
missed a couple. We played a lot of fucking shows too, like a lot, and we always got good responses. And
every fucking time.
Yeah, and I just posted that. I posted a photo, the Lego music thing. I'm just using my personal Instagram for it, but I posted the photo up in Jeremy's Juke Joint, which
I was just going to tell you that.
Yeah, which is where Luis J. Gomez was. They commented on it,
What?
and they said do something live, because I was like, anybody have any requests? And they're like, yes, play live. And I was like, I technically could do what I did, record the drums, the bass, and then I can play the guitar and do the vocals and have my backing track just there. A lot of other bands do they do that, and it works out pretty well. I mean, it'd be cool to try it, because I don't think anybody really in town does it too much. I know Derek Ryan, who's going to be a future guest on here, I hope. He did it with fucking straight up like blackened death metal. It was sick as fuck.
Oh yeah, fucking with
Ryan and all them.
Curse the Sun, right?
Yes, Curse the Sun.
Yeah.
Look up Curse the Sun if you guys like blackened death metal. Bad as fuck. They have the song Man is the Greatest Monster. Mm-hmm. It's on Spotify. Shit's legit as fuck. Derek is a amazing musician.
Songs, dog.
Ryan and Robbie are the shit. They're fucking badass vocalists. So, anyways, enough about other people. We're still working on getting other guests in here, because we have to do them through Zoom for most of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge fan. I'm not really a huge fan of Zoom. Of course, we have to for some people, but
I really like Zoom. Kind of gives me more anxiety than doing it in person, because it's like, okay, they're talking. Okay, is Aaron gonna talk now?
Yeah,
Aaron's gonna talk. Okay, can I talk? And then the other guy talks, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that is the issue.
Anxiety, though.
It kind of sucks. Plus, I don't like that you just get into the room, like the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, go.
Yeah.
I like, we had, like, when we had Dustin come on. Like, Dustin came over, we fucking chatted for like 20, 30 minutes. Then we sat down and started doing it. So it was like, it was cool that we could chop it up for a minute, especially with people that we don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, Leo was a super cool fucking dude.
Yeah.
So he made it really easy to do, because he's a charismatic guy. He's a comedian, so he's really easy to talk to. So that wasn't difficult, but eventually we're going to run into somebody that's not as good at that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a little weird to navigate. Is really how all I
wouldn't say that, like, when we did that episode for the Stone Truth guys, I wouldn't say it was like that exactly, how you're just explaining it.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, at first, I was like, oh, fuck, how's this going to work out?
Yeah,
and then
but see,
after
that one, my internet was fucking up.
Yeah.
So that one was shittier for me than anybody. Those guys were really cool, too.
Yeah.
I haven't really fucked with Twitter too much because I hate it. I hate Twitter.
Now?
I think Twitter, I've hated it forever. That's why I never had it until the podcast. But it's like, God, every fucking post is about the same shit. Nobody shuts the fuck up.
I don't need fucking Twitter because everything they're posting on there goes straight to fucking everywhere else. So
That's true. That's true. Plus, nobody fucking cares what you think. Like, all these people posting the shit about the QAnon shaman and the storming the Capitol and circumcision and abortion and a comedy show or a comedian said something that I don't fucking like. Eat a really, really big, gigantic bag of cocks, you fucking cuck pussy bitch. Shut the fuck up. You're ruining comedy. Comedy is for the people who enjoy it, really enjoy it regardless, because they trust the comedian who is an artist. They're using their words to affect your emotions, to incite laughter. Okay,
which is a beautiful fucking thing.
Absolutely, it's the best fucking thing, because the phrase that's obviously not true, but laughter is the best medicine, isn't true, but it's the best medicine for just your well-being, your mental well-being. And if it offends you, that's your fucking problem. Especially if it has nothing to do with you and you're taking offense on the behalf of somebody else, you're being a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
Because it's not about you, and you taking a stand against this means the group of people who it's actually against is too weak to deal with it themselves, even though they're never the people that bitch. Dude, the people that are in the target area.
These people that we're speaking about, like, literally nothing in the fucking world has anything to do with them.
No. No. A great example, of course, is Bill Burr. When he was on SNL and people were like, he's a fucking racist, he's a sexist, he's a chauvinist. Bitch, listen to me. None of them knew that his wife and his 2 kids are black. Nobody gave a fuck. They were just like, oh, he's white, he's fucking racist. And the motherfuckers changed the definition of racism from what it once was. The definition of racism fit very well because it actually showed you who was racist. Now it's like, if you don't follow this guideline that was created by a very small percentage of the pussiest of people, they create this new definition of what they think racism is. And then if another person does something that isn't within that definition, they'll just change the definition, attack them, and be like, well, now this is the definition of racism. Racism now means if you talk about a person of any other race, religion, creed, or sexual orientation, if you speak about any of them in any way besides that they are better than any other person, you are a racist. Okay, well, gay isn't a race. Shut the fuck up. No one was talking to you. Mm-hmm. Then, even if you can't make jokes about other races, that seems to me pretty fucking racist. That's like if a person with some kind of mental deficiency, let's say a person with severe autism or something like that, is around you, and you want to treat them like a child. Is that good, or does that seem disrespectful?
Seems
very disrespectful.
Especially with situations like that. They're fucking normal people, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe there's whatever, but it's like,
I lived with a fucking autistic guy at my wife's aunt's house. Okay, he's a nice guy. He was a younger guy. He was only 16, 17. Now he's 18. He means well, and he understands normal fucking. I don't talk to him like a fucking child. I talk to him like I would talk to anybody else. Because any type of preferential treatment means that you're treating this person differently, and that should be the fucking issue. Not, oh, well, because this guy's black, you need to treat him better than you would treat any other person. Why? Does he require does he require furry gloves in order to handle his fragile ego and emotions? No.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that shit. Only the people, the usually white girls or fat incels, they're the ones that are like, point of privilege, you are being very racist in making that joke about a guy who is of color.
Dude.
Like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Like, I don't know. This shit kind of bugs me too. Like you were saying, like laughter, you know? Being able to fucking laugh at shit, bro. Yeah, maybe it's not, what do they say? Laughter is, it's not the best medicine. Yeah. But it sure as fuck.
It doesn't cure cancer, but it does alter your mood in a better way if you can accept the humor. If you can just put your ego back to not accept all the shit that's offending you. Comedy was meant to be offensive because the things that made you laugh were things that were absurd.
Right.
And absurd meant out of the ordinary. Someone gives you an idea, and at first you're like, oh, I disagree with that firmly.
I was just going to say,
they make it funny, and then you're like, oh, haha, that's why.
The way you explain comedy, like, what's the word taboo mean?
Well, yeah, taboo is basically the exact same thing. Okay. A topic that is taboo means it shouldn't be talked about.
Okay, perfect.
In my mind, there is no topic that is taboo because if one thing is off limits, everything has to go. Because if you talk about people who like crunchy peanut butter over people who like creamy.
How dare they?
You're offending some pussy-ass motherfucker about it.
I'm sure there's a poll right now with people getting pissed about it.
But it shouldn't matter because none of that makes you not a person.
Yeah.
See, because wasn't there people that say you should treat all people as equals regardless of, all of those things I mentioned earlier, race, religion, sexual orientation?
That's a common sense
Absolutely. But now it seems that the woke people are now changing this narrative that it's no longer that all people should be treated equally because they haven't always been treated equally. And I was in school. I know that all people weren't treated equally forever.
Right.
I know that 160 years ago, slavery existed, and obviously that was not fair treatment.
No.
But the way to correct that, there's no correcting that. This is something that happened in the past, and it was corrected. Moving further on from that, to now treat black people different because their ancestors were slaves seems fucking disingenuous and weird. It seems like that whole reverse racism thing, like I'm treating you different because...
Like when they did that with George Floyd, remember? I'm responsible.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Aaron Paul, God, it was pathetic. I take responsibility for every fucking... Why? You didn't do that. It doesn't matter what the race of person was that shot or killed. I mean, I know George Floyd wasn't shot. I was just saying in general. Police brutality often involves bullets.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the race of the cop was that killed him. The fact was a police officer killed another person. To make it about race seems like you're trying to create some kind of outrage. The world doesn't need more outrage.
No.
There's plenty of it. You know what I mean?
This shit's been alive, almost 27 years? And, these past, 2021 just started, bro. And it's fucking insane already.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Do you see how they have, and this is completely off topic, but I'm just saying, I'm going off the, standpoint, this is fucking crazy. Everything that's going on right now is fucking insane. I was did you see how they have DC right now?
Yeah.
Everything because of the inauguration and shit.
Yeah, they have 10,000, 20,000 troops.
Yeah.
Stationed out there just to make sure that shit doesn't go down. And I saw a meme posted on Instagram that said, if you have to have 10 or 20,000 troops at the inauguration, I don't think you can say our president.
Yeah, no.
It's like, well, the same thing happened with, I mean, it wasn't to this extent with Trump, but there were plenty of people protesting in the streets over Trump. But it's weird to me. If you actually Google Kamala Harris, Google Kamala Harris's record on what she actually did as a prosecuting attorney. If you look at what she did, and then you also look into the Stanford abortion debacle. Okay, have you ever heard about the Stanford abortions?
Stanford prison experiment?
Is it that?
No, I don't know.
With the abortions?
No, I was.
So what they were doing was basically it was either super late term abortions or they were just
what the fuck
harvesting organs from living babies. And I don't know what the deal was. I think it was late term abortions.
Sounds like
that
some
Stanford
dark
was
web shit.
Stanford was allowing very late term abortions to take place because they needed to test the organs of the aborted fetuses, and they needed them to be taken out of the womb and then their organs to be taken out. So
what the fuck?
Kamala Harris helped to cover up the whole. This is just what I've heard. I'm not a journalist, motherfucker. This is a comedy podcast. So it's like somebody said something. I fucking heard you, dude.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I'm just giving information. Look it up, though. I looked up her history. I do know what her history is, but this is just another thing that I heard. So she covered it up, and then during the primaries, Kamala Harris's approval rating was a whopping 2%.
What?
And everybody wants her to be the fucking president? Really?
A whop?
Yeah, a wet-ass pussying president. Or what wet-ass pussying 2%. So the people who were behind the Stanford abortion bullshit put all this money behind Kamala for helping them cover up the shit that they were doing. Then
shady shit.
Kamala Harris was denying people access to DNA testing to absolve them of crimes, to keep them in prison for longer, basically using slave labor. She was allowing all of this to take place, and she was pushing all this shit to happen. And then people now are saying that Kamala Harris is for the black people, like she's for them. But I watched this guy Montega, I'm not really sure what his name is. He's a tattoo artist and a rapper, and he does these lives on Instagram, and he talked about all this shit, and he was talking about Kamala Harris and how she's fucked over so many fucking black people and that nobody even thinks about it or talks about it. They're just like, yep, she's for us, and so is Joe Biden. When during the 70s he said horrible shit about black people,
I feel like that's
jungle education and public schools were the jungle because of all the black people, and like, what the fuck? How is it okay? And he grew up smoking crack. He smokes crack and definitely fucks hookers.
Hunter?
There's videos. Yeah, he's out there hunting hookers. That's where he got his name.
I gotta give it to him though.
And Sam Tripoli was wrong. If you watch the Conspiracy Social Club, when they watched that video, Sam Tripoli called that a meth pipe. That was for sure a crack pipe.
I thought you did meth, Sam.
Yeah, what the fuck? What kind of... You obviously were smoking meth wrong.
God damn it.
A crack pipe is straight. A meth pipe has a bubble at the end, dude. Come on.
You know what we sound like right now?
That?
You know, we were just talking about people who get butthurt. That was us right now, talking about...
Yeah.
God damn
it, Sam. We fucking loved you, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of that shit, those episodes come out lately. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh. So, I regret to inform you guys, I might put this episode out early, I don't know, just because of what this is. I watched Theo and Tammy's belated Christmas talent extravaganza. I paid for it, and I watched it. And it was very upsetting, to say the least. I feel like they're funny separately, but it was so fucking awkward, and like the producer fucked up and like played shit twice, and Theo wasn't being himself. I feel like Tammy was either too aggressive and it made Theo feel weird. Like there was something going on. And you saw them both get visibly upset. Like they were saying that they were pissed off, and it was just like a fucking shit show. Like we could have done better, and I've never done anything live. Like Preemie Nick from this past weekend wasn't involved. He should have been, because maybe shit would have gone properly, but it was just, it was a shit show. I mean, they made plenty of money off of it, and there was some funny shit that Theo said, but there was a couple okay sketches, but god damn it, I wish it would have been the male version of Tammy and Tim Dillon, because Tim Dillon is so much funnier. He's quicker. He can keep up with Theo. Like, man, it was, and I looked at the chat, and it seemed like pretty lopsided that Theo fans were super bummed, and Tammy fans were like, this was fucking great. Okay? I'm a legit Theo Von fan. I think Theo Von is a fucking comedic genius. He's very quick. He uses the best vocabulary. He's great. But god damn it, I missed the mark. You know what I mean? It was rough.
Should have just watched WandaVision yesterday since it's out now.
Yeah, I saw the promo for it on Disney Plus.
It's fucking sick.
I should have just bought YMH Live, the first one, if you can even. I think you can still get it, because I've only seen that one. You had the second one, right?
There was, how many were there?
2.
Oh, okay.
And then there was the 2 Bears 1 Cave ones, but there's 2 YMH Lives.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I got the very last one.
Okay.
Which was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was great. See, and that made sense why it was live, because they showed nudity and crazy shit they can't show on YouTube. There was nothing. Theo scratched his nuts through like most of it.
That fucking turkey at the beginning?
With a strap on, fucking that guy in the butt?
Yeah.
How loose does your asshole have to be to let a turkey fuck you in the butt with a strap on? Like, that shit's nuts. How much would it cost to get you to put out a video of a turkey butt fucking you? You doing ASMR for the fans?
Yeah.
Sick. Hope you guys enjoy that. It's like a fucking cow eating hay. It'd probably take me a lot of money, dude. Like,
well, I'm not saying cheap. I'm just saying, like I don't know,
like $30.
$5?
It was 20 too much.
Can I keep the turkey?
Yeah. I don't know if you want to. Just spraying fucking shit particles on the turkey. Because it was on like a pendulum, basically. It was like a swing.
It was like a sex swing for a turkey.
Yeah, and it had a strap on, and it was just slamming into this guy's ass. And his ass just... It was crazy. It was super loose. So, I mean, I guess he's a gay porn star, right? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. But yeah, and then, I don't know. It's just, they missed the mark. If they do it again, they can maybe redeem themselves.
Just have Theo do it by himself.
Yeah, I just don't think it should be a talent show, because it was literally like 2 country guys came in. That guy that does that song, Getting Butt Fucking Boston, 2 tag team in Tennessee, and dig down in Dallas, which is a funny song. They had that, and then some guy that sang some shit about church pew, deer stand.
Church pew.
This is how I found God. He was a good singer, whatever, but it was just not my shit. I'm not a huge country fan or anything like that, but whatever. But yeah, it was just, it was weird. You didn't go get your hair cut?
No, I didn't.
God. Yeah, we were supposed to go together. I went and got my hair cut because I get these fucking wings, dude. These
really
wings grow above my ears, and I hate it.
Really fucking quick.
What's
up? Is
it
gay? Or, I'm sorry.
Yeah, is it gay?
Is it? Okay. When a guy and his homeboy go get their haircut together.
Yeah.
Is that
considered gay?
Yeah.
Does that strike you as gay? I obviously don't think so. Because I see dudes on Instagram and shit, guys go get their haircut. It's the boys go out and get a haircut together.
You feel me?
And they get faded up and lines cut in there and shit.
And
they get dicks. They get fucking dicks. They get a picture of themselves blowing their friend shaved into the side of their head. Yeah. And no one's like, that shit's gay, dude.
No.
None of that. It's
a bonding experience.
That looks gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean it. And I mean it not offensively. I mean it like, that looks like you're a homosexual. That's what I mean. I mean it not like, oh, that's lame. You know what I mean? Because whatever you say, it doesn't matter. Gay, if you're calling someone, dude, you're being gay right now, you're not saying, hey,
being
dude,
happy, dude.
You're being, it's not that. It's not like offensive towards gay people. It's more like you're being lame right now. Because words can have two meanings. Ask Mexicans. You motherfuckers have words that say it means this, but it also means fucking cock ring.
Yeah.
Like there's a word that means fucking toenail, but also butt fuck. It's like the same word.
See, like
it's insane.
A cock ring in America is a different thing. In Mexico,
it's like where chickens fight.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
See, so you can call someone gay, not meaning it derogatory against people, dudes or chicks who like dudes and chicks. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think everybody's getting way too fucking sensitive about noises that come out of your face. Like, it's fucking stupid to let someone else's face noise affect the way that you feel inside your body. Like, it's crazy.
Face noise.
Yeah, your face noise is bothering me. Walk away from the face noise. It doesn't follow you. You know what I mean? I mean, they have legs. But he just got the Eckhart Tolle book, A New Earth. Highly recommended. If you let face noise bother you, I would highly recommend getting Eckhart Tolle's New Earth. It really helps you kind of dampen down this fucking ego bullshit.
We just be putting face noises in people's ears now, bro.
That's what technically what this podcast means.
Should have been called Face Noise.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Face noise, some face noise, united. SFU. Face noise is one word.
Ooh.
Some face noise united.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And then it goes, ooh, at the end of it. But yeah, it seems like a really a self-centered thing to take offense to somebody else's words.
Yeah.
Like, again, I know I use comedy as a reference all the time, but it's like a comedian's up there making people laugh. Everyone else in the crowd is laughing, and then you go, that's offensive. Because that's what they do. They just say, I'm offended. You're now saying, my feeling offended is more important than the happiness of thousands of people. And if that's not the most selfish shit that you've ever heard of, you can eat a plate of homeless man's shit.
You feel me?
I thought you were going to go, yummy.
Yum saying? Yum saying?
Yum yum.
Yum saying?
If I say yum yum like that, you know the words that I mean, right? If I go yum yum.
Yum yum.
You know what that means?
We've done it so many fucking times.
And you don't know what it means?
No.
It means you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yum yum.
Yum yum. Because it started as yum yum. Then it was yum yum.
See, like right now,
yum,
you put me on the
yum.
spot. I'm like, huh? But
yeah,
when
and you forgot.
When we're just talking, and I'm like, and you're like, yum yum. I'm like, yeah, for sure.
I get it. Yeah, dude.
No.
I fucking get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're at the end of the show right now.
Yeah.
So this is episode 24, everybody, and thank you for watching the Still Hooking It podcast. Yow.
Love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Still fucking up. Still fucking up.